Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to learn the next poem from our beehive, The Lake Isle of Innisfree, written by William Butler Yeats. Children, in this video, you are going to see the detailed explanation of the poem along with the meanings of the difficult words and the literary devices used in the poem. This poem is a lyric. It is a musical poem. It explores the poet's longing for the peace and tranquility of Innisfree, a place where he spent a lot of time as a boy. Innisfree is the name of a place. It is a very quiet place. That is the reason the poet wants to go there. He had spent his childhood in this place. He has very sweet memories of that place. That is why he wanted to go back to the lake island of Innisfree. Students, now let's read the poem. The Lake Isle of Innisfree. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and leave alone in the bee-loved glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. There, midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of linnets' wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. I will, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. Students, now let us understand the explanation of the poem stanza wise. So, for that, let us read once again the first stanza and understand the word meanings as well as the 4 lines meaning. Let's see the first stanza. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and leave alone in the bee-loved glade. Children, let us first see the word meanings. Arise, that means stand up. Cabin is a room. Wattles, twisted sticks, which is used for making fence walls. Glade, clearing or an open space. Bee loud refers to the sound made by the buzzings of the bees. Children, now let's see the meaning of the 4 lines. I here refers to the poet William Yeats. He says that he wants to go to Innisfree. Over there, he will build a small room for himself with clay and small sticks, which are used to make the walls or the fence of the cabin. As he will need some food to eat also, so he will grow 9 rows of beans near his room. Also, he will get the honey from the honey bee hive. He says that the open space where he will build his room will be full of buzzing sounds of the bees, as over there he will live all alone in peace and tranquility. So, in this slide you can understand the house he wants to have and to survive there he want to have a honeybee and a 9 rows of beans. Children, now let's see the second stanza, its word meanings as well as the paraphrasing. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all the glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of linnets wing. So children, let's see the word meanings. Wheel, a piece of fine material worn by the woman to protect or hide the face. The cricket, it's an insect related to the grasshopper but with shorter legs. A male produces a characteristic music sound. Linnet, a small brown and a grey bird with a short beak. Glimmer, glimmer means something which is shining. So let's see the word meanings we have seen and then the paraphrasing of the 4 lines. In this stanza, the poet says that when in Innisfree he will feel peaceful, and he says that the feeling of peace is felt slowly and gradually. He describes how he would feel peaceful. In morning time, when it is cloudy, the view is not very clear, then it will appear as if the morning has worn a veil and has hidden itself. Looking at this scene will make him feel peaceful. Further, he says that when the male cricket insect will sing a song, and that sound will bring him up at peace. Also at midnight, when he will see the twinkling stars in the open sky, their shine will give him peace. In afternoon, when the sunlight will give a purplish glow, it will also give him peace. During the evening, when he will see the linnet birds flying in the sky, then also he will feel peaceful. Students, let's see the third stanza of this poem. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. Students, let's see the word meanings of the last stanza, the third stanza. Night and day, all the time. Lapping, striking. Heart's core means the innermost part of the heart. The meaning of the stanza. In the stanza, the poet says that now he will stand up and go to Innisfree because all the time the sound of the lake water striking the shore repeats in mind. This sound attracts him towards the lake. Wherever he is, either standing on the roadway or on the grey colored pavements, he hears the sound deep in the innermost part of his heart. So, this is what the meaning of the third stanza. Now, let's see the theme of the poem. Students, pause the video and understand the moral values and note down in your copy. You might have paused the video and read and understand the moral values and noted down them. Now, let's see the theme of the poem. The same way, pause the video, note down the main points of the theme. You will be able to understand it. Students, you might have paused the video and noted down the moral values and the theme of the poem. Now let's see the literary device. The literary device also you can note down in your classwork copy. In this literary device, the three stanzas of the poem rhyming scheme is A B A B. Then we have alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound in two or more closely placed words is called alliteration. For example, in the poem Hive and Honeybee, where its sound is repeated. In the same way, we have lake, lapping, low, where L sound is repeated. Now in the third part, we have repetition. Repetition in the sense, I will arise and go now, is repeated in the stanza 1 and stanza 3. You might have noticed when we read the poem, the first line of the first stanza is I will arise and go now. In the same way, the third stanza, the first line is I will arise and go now. So this literary device is called as repetition. The next we have is personification. Personification here is morning. Morning is personified. And then the last one we have is metaphor. Clouds are compared to veils. Children, I hope that you have understood the explanation of the poem and noted down the moral values and theme and the literary device. Thank you for watching the video.